Now, there is Shannon's source coding theorem. If it obeys, that code is realizable, and if the code is uniquely decodable, then there is Kraft-Macmillan inequality. Kraft inequality, that should be K. So K is equal to sigma 2 to the power of minus ni less than equal to 1. Sigma 2 to the power of minus ni less than equal to 1. So if it obeys the Kraft inequality condition, then the code is uniquely decodable code. So in the example, let us see. There is a problem. Given by probability of occurrences of the symbols. There is symbols A, B, C, D symbols are there, and probabilities 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8. 1 by 8 is given. Examiner itself given that symbols and probabilities, and codes are also given. Code 1, code 2, code 3, code 4 is there. Code 1, code 2, code 3, code 4 is there. So if the code 1 is there, if suppose A is the symbol, the probability 1 by 2, that code 1 is 0, 0 is the representation of the A. And code 2 is representation of the symbol A with 0. Code 3 is again representation of the symbol A is 0 again. Code 4 is representation of A is 0. So that means these 1, 2, 3, 4 codes are individual codes. If suppose letter A occurrence probability 1 by 2, with code A represented as 0, 0, code 2 represented as 0, code 3 represented as 0, and code 4 also represented as 0. And again the B is the symbol. The symbol 1 by 4 is a probability of occurrence of B, and code 1 for the B is 0, 1 is a representation. Like code 2 is representation of 1, representation of B as 1. Like code 3, 0, 1 is representation of B. Code 4, 1, 0 is representation of B. Like C symbol, occurrence of the probability 1 by 8. For the code 1, that can be represented as 1, 0. Code 2 represented as 1, 0. Code 3 representation of 0, 1, 1. Code 4 representation of 1, 1, 0. And the symbol D have the probability 1 by 8 again. The code 1 is representation of 1, 1. Code 2 is representation of 1, 1. Code 3 representation of 0, 1, 1, 1. Code 4 representation of 1, 1, 1. This data is given by the examiner. What the examiner asks means which code is existable code and which code is not existable code. Let us check out. So there are 4 types of codes are there. Each code has its individuality. And which code is existable code for the symbols and not existable. So if the code is existable, what happens it obeys the Shannon source coding theorem and also the Kraft inequality condition. What are the Shannon source coding theorem? HFS by n bar should be less than equal to 1. And Kraft inequality, K is equal to the power of sigma to the power of minus ni less than equal to 1. Okay. Suppose K and Shannon source coding theorem should be less than equal to 1, then the code is existable code and realizable existable code and uniquely decodable code. Okay, students. Now let us do that problem. Okay, first of all, know the Shannon source coding theorem, HFS by n bar. For HFS, what is the HFS? It should be an entropy. So what is the entropy? There are 4 symbols. Now the probabilities 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 8. Now HFS is equal to 1 by 2 log 1 by 1 by 2, that is 2, plus 1 by 4 log 1 by 1 by 4, that is 4, plus 1 by 8 log 1 by 8, that is 8, plus 1 by 8 log 1 by 8, that is 8 again. So what is the HFS value? 1 by 2 log 2 plus 1 by 4 log 4 plus 1 by 8 log 8 plus 1 by 8 log 8. You know, the log 2 is 1, log 4 is 2, log 8 is 3. So that's why HFS is equal 1 by 2 log 2 is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 log 4 is 2, that is again 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus log 8 is equal to 3 by 8 plus 1 by 8 log 8, again 3 by 8. That means 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 3 by 8 plus 3 by 8. What the value? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 3 by 8 plus 3 by 8. That is 1.75 bits per symbol. 1.75 bits per symbol. That is HFS. HFS is 1.75 bits per symbol. Now, that is HFS value. So then go for n bar. The n bar sigma pi ni. N bar should be calculated as sigma pi ni. So that is sigma pi is probability of first symbol is 1 by 2 into how many number of bits are there? The sigma pi. How many number of bits are there? 2 bits. For code 1, you are going to check out. For code 1, A is equal to 0, 0, B is equal to 0, 1, C is equal to 1, 0, D is equal to 1, 1. So for A, number of bits are 2. For B, number of bits are 2 again. For C, number of bits are 2 again. For D, number of bits are 2 again. So that's why, so for n bar should be sigma pi ni is the formula. Sigma pi ni. Pi is the probability, ni is the length of the code for a particular symbol. Okay. 1 by 2 into 2 bits are assigned plus 1 by 4 for the second symbol probability into again the 2 bits are representation plus 1 by 8 into 2 bits are representation plus 1 by 8 into 2 bits are representation. So the overall n bar is 2 bits. Overall n bar is 2 bits. Where HFS is 1.75 bits per symbol, for n bar is 2 bits. Average code word length. N bar is average code word length. Ni is the length of the code that particular symbol. Okay. Now, in that code 1, you can calculate HFS, that is 1.75 bits per symbol, and n bar is 2 bits. N bar is 2 bits. Now, what is Shannon source coding theorem? HFS by n bar should be less than or equal to 1. Is it not? So HFS by n bar should be less than or equal to 1 means HFS less than n bar. HFS should be less than n bar. Here the HFS is 1.75, n bar is 2. Is it obeys that law? Is it obeys that law? Yes. HFS less than n bar. Or here the HFS greater than so n bar is greater than HFS. So therefore the code 1 is optimum code. Code 1 is optimum code. So the HFS less than n bar condition can obey. That's why code 1 is the realizable code or optimal code. Code 1 is realizable code or optimal code. Realizable code or optimal code. So let us check another parameter, that is uniquely decodable condition. Uniquely decodable condition. How can it is? So for k less than 1, therefore code 1 uniquely decodable. Code 1 uniquely decodable. That's why calculate that k value. K is equal to sigma 2 to the power of minus ni. Sigma 2 to the power of minus ni. Ni is the length of the symbol, or ith symbol, length of the ith symbol. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, like there are 4 symbols, no? What is the length of each symbol? The code 1, 2 is the first symbol length, 2 is the second symbol length, 2 is the third symbol length, 2 is the fourth symbol length. So that's why n bar is calculated. K is craft inequality is 2 to the power of minus 2 plus 2 to the power of minus 2 plus 2 to the power of minus 2 plus 2 to the power of minus 2. What is the value? Calculate that value. 2 to the power of minus 2, 2 to the power of minus 2 plus 2 to the power of minus 2 plus 2 to the power of minus 2 plus 2 to the power of minus 2. Because k is equal to sigma 2 to the power of minus ni. Okay, how much it is the value? How much is the value? One by 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. Kitna? 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. What is the value? 1. Is not? K is equal to 1. K is equal to 1. So that's why K is equal to 1. The uniquely decodable condition K is equal to less than or equal to 1. Less than or equal to 1. If it's K is equal to 1, so it is also a condition satisfied. It's also a condition satisfied. That's why in the Shannon source coding theorem obeys the code 1, and craft inequality also obeys the code 1. So that's why this code is uniquely decodable code. Uniquely decodable code. And again, let us check out second code. What is the second code? For the second code, A is equal to 0. That means B is A equal to 0, B is equal to 1, C is equal to 1, 0, D is equal to 1, 0. The length of the A is equal to 1, length of the B is equal to 1, length of the C is equal to 2, length of the D is equal to 2 again. Okay, let us check out the code 2. Code 2. For the code 2, HFS always same as in the previous code 1 because of probabilities are the same, no? Code length is different only. HFS is the same. HFS is the same. And N bar is now different. N bar is different. So HFS is 1.75 bits per symbol, the same as the previous code 1. Now the N bar is sigma pi ni now. So the sigma pi ni, pi is equal to 1 by 2 into P1. P1 means probability of the first bit is 1 by 2 into code length of the first bit is 1 again. 1 by 2 into 1 plus second bit probability 1 by 4. Second bit length is 1 again. Plus third bit probability 1 by 8. Third bit length is 2 plus fourth bit probability 1 by 8 and fourth bit length is 2. So that's why 1 by 2 into 1 plus 1 by 4 into 1 plus 1 by 8 into 2 plus 1 by 8 into 2. That is equal 1.25 bits. 1.25 bits. So let us compare HFS and N bar. What is the Shannon source coding theorem? HFS less than N bar. Is it not? Or HFS by N bar less than equal to 1. Here it is HFS is 1.75, N bar is 1.25. Is it always the source coding theorem? No, because of HFS is greater than N bar. Actually, HFS less than should be N bar is the Shannon source coding theorem. Now, in this, HFS greater than N bar in this case, second case. Students, the examiner given the codes of the code 1 and code 2, code 3 and code 4, likewise. So they ask about check out whether that code is existable code or not. So in the second code, HFS is 1.75, N bar is 1.25. So that's why not obeys the Shannon source code theorem. Now the HFS greater than N bar. HFS greater than N bar. The code is not optimal code. And find out the uniquely decodable condition. K value. So K is equal to sigma 2 to the power minus Ni, no? Less than equal to 1, no? So 2 to the power minus Ni means 2 to the power minus Ni is I is the integer value. The first bit, first symbol length is, what is the first symbol length? The code 2, first symbol length is 1, second symbol length is 1, third symbol length is 2, and fourth symbol length is 2. Now then, what is that Craft inequality condition? The Craft inequality condition, 2 to the power of minus 1 plus 2 to the power of minus 1 plus 2 to the power of minus 2 plus 2 to the power of minus 2. Is not? Sigma 2 to the power of minus Ni less than equal to 1 is the condition of the Craft inequality. So that is 2 to the power of minus 1 plus 2 to the power of minus 1 plus 2 to the power of minus 2 plus 2 to the power of minus 2. So what is the 2 to the power minus 1? 1 by 2 plus 2 to the power minus 2 is 1 by 2 plus 2 to the power minus 2 is 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 plus 2 to the power minus 2 means 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. Is it not? So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. What is the value? What is the value? What is the value? It should be 1.5 bits. K value is 1.5 bits. So K value is 1.5. Then what is the Craft inequality condition? Is it satisfied or not? It's not satisfied because of K greater than 1. Because of K value is 1.5. So K should be less than equal to 1. It's the Craft inequality for the uniquely decodable condition. In this case, K is 1.5. That's why it's not uniquely decodable condition. So for the second code is not realizable code and also not uniquely decodable code. So what is the second code? 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So now, example. So let us example. So let us example. In that code 2 only. The code 2 only. The code 2. Once again see that table. The code 2 A can represent as 0, B can represent as 1, C can represent as 1, 0, D can represent as 1, 1. A, B, C, D are the symbols. For A symbol, 0 representation, B symbol, 1 representation, C symbol, 1, 0 representation, D symbol, 1, 1 representation. Is it not? So that's why you can construct the sentence with the help of the symbols. No? So for the symbols, suppose B, A, B, B is the message. Let an example. B, A, B, B is the message. What is B? 1, 0. What is A? Sorry. What is B? 1. What is A? 0. What is A? 0. What is B? 1. What is B? 1. For B, A, B, B message, what is the code? 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. So what is the message? B, A, B, B. Then let us see that another message. C, A, B, B. C, A, B, B. What is the C value? C is represented as 1, 0. A is represented as 0. B is represented as 1. B is represented as 1. And let us see that CAD. C is represented as 1, 0. A is represented as 0. D is represented as 1, 1. So can observe in this example, if of the message is B, A, B, B, the code is 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. If the message is CABB, what is that code? The code is the same, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. If the message is CAD, what is that code? 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. So because of for the different messages, the same code is generated. For the different messages, the same code is different. The same code is generated for the different messages. Here the 3 different messages are there, no? For the 3 different messages, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1 is the generated. So how can you predict for code 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1? Is it the first message, or it the second message, or the third message? So you don't know because of it is not uniquely decodable condition. So uniquely decodable condition means the first message is uniquely decodable. From the code, you can decode the unique message. Like second code, unique for the second message. The third code is unique for third message. That is the uniquely decodable condition. Can decodable for uniqueness of the code. That code and message are the unique. For that code, don't represent any other messages. Only for isolated message. That message only. That's why it's the uniqueness, uniquely decodable one. Uniquely decodable one. In this example, you may not supposed to do the uniquely decodable condition because of there are 3 different messages. The code word is the same. Code word is the same. That's why it's not uniquely decodable. That is the case. That's why it's not uniquely decodable condition. You're not able to use this code. When it is occurs with a k greater than or equal to 1 condition, then it will violate the uniquely decodable condition. What is that acceptable condition? K less than or equal to 1. K less than or equal to 1 is the acceptable condition for a uniquely decodable one. Okay. So that's why always can obey the K less than or equal to 1 condition. K should be sigma 2 to the power of minus Ni. 2 to the power of minus Ni is the formula for K. K is uniquely decodable condition. That is Craft inequality condition. So this is the case. So students, you can go for code 3 and code 4 by your own. Okay, can check the code 3. Is it a decodable condition or a realizable one? Or code 4 is it realizable code or uniquely decodable condition. So what is the uniquely decodable condition and realizable one? If the code is obeys the Shannon source coding theorem, it is realizable one. If the code is obeys the uniquely decodable condition k less than equal to 1, then the code is uniquely decodable condition. Craft inequality condition is satisfied, then the code is uniquely decodable condition. Okay. So students, please do the problems and do the check of code 3 and code 4 uniquely decodable or not. Please note down the problem itself first. Symbol A, probability 1 by 2. For code 3, 0 representation. For code 4, again 0 representation. For symbol B, probability 1 by 4. For code 3, representation of 0, 1. For code 4, representation of 1, 0. For symbol C, probability 1 by 8. For code 3, representation of 0, 1, 1. For code 4, representation of 1, 1, 0. And for symbol D, with the probability 1 by 8, code 3, representation of 0, 1, 1, 1. And for code 4, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Please check out these two codes are valid codes or not. Valid codes means it obeys the Shannon source coding theorem and Craft inequality conditions. Okay. 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 This is the one type of uniquely decodable condition, Shannon source coding theorem. Now, you enter into the source coding techniques. Source coding techniques. Source coding theorem is the different. That is it reliable or not by checking of the source coding theorem. That is H of S when bar should be less than equal to 1. Student should be know that the formula Craft-Macmillan inequality is okay. So in this Huffman code is known. The Huffman code, it is one of the source coding technique. Huffman code is one of the source coding technique. The Huffman code, the basic principle is merging and splitting. Merging and splitting. So the Huffman code is the variable length code, which has a strategy to minimize the average number of bits required for coding a set of symbols by assigning shorter or longer length code to more or less probable symbol. It is preferred in 2 steps. It is preferred in 2 steps. One is merging and splitting. Merging and splitting. Merging and splitting. So please note down the procedure. First point is, please note down in your notes. First point is merging. Merging. So if the probabilities are given for the symbols are arranged in the descending order. Our probabilities are set. Okay. So repeat arranging the symbols in the descending order of probability as in each column. So that's why the first column, all the probabilities should be arranged in the descending order. And the second point is merge the least probabilities. Merge the least probable two entities into a new entry with probability equal to the sum of their probabilities in the next column until only 2 entities are remains. Once again, merging the least probable two entities into a new entity with a probability equal to the sum of their probabilities in the next column until only two entities remains. The third point is splitting. Assign 0 or 1 to each of the two remaining entities to make their intel parts of code. Assign 0 or 1 to each of two remaining entities to make their intel parts of code. The fourth one is then repeat splitting back the merged entity into the two previous entities. Fourth one is then repeat splitting back the merged entities into two entities, previous entities. And fifth one is and appending another 0 and 1 to each of their unfinished code work. Okay. So this is the case of Hoffman code. So students, please go through the textbook once. So there is a procedure. In the next class, we are going to do the problems on Hoffman code. Some example problems are there. While you're doing the problem, you have more clarity in the procedure of the Hoffman code. Okay. So today you have to check out the previous problem. That is, 4 codes are given to the properties of the symbols A, B, C, D. No? For that symbol, check out the condition of realizable and inequitable condition, and study the Hoffman code procedure once again. Okay. In the next class, do the problems on Hoffman code, and today I have concluded my class. And next class we go for Hoffman code problems and Shannon-Fano code concept. Okay. Thank you, one and all.